All right, so let's get into it. So right off the bat, I'm just gonna go ahead and read this article. It is from Violence Against Trans People.
Mm.
Human Rights Campaign. It states in 2018, advocates tracked that at least 26 deaths of at least transgender or gender nonconforming people in the U.S. due to fatal violence, the majority of whom were Black trans women. These victims were killed by acquaintances, partners, and strangers, some of whom been arrested and charged, while others have yet to be identified. Some of these cases involve clear anti-trans bias, and others, the victims' transgender status may have put them at risk in other ways, such as forcing them into unemployment, poverty, homelessness, and or survival-esque work. Okay, while the details of these cases differ, it is clear that fatal violence disproportionately affects transgender women of color and the intersections of racism, sexism, homophobia, biphobia, transphobia, and unchecked access to guns conspire to deprive them of unemployment, housing, healthcare, and other necessities. And the reason that we are going to discuss this today is because of everything surrounding the Dwayne Wade situation. So, I'm going to start off by saying hi to the people who are in the chat. This will be a segment that will have many intersections, okay? It may go from T.S. Madison to Geo situation, regular people who struggle with stuff, but we're going to have a regular sit-down conversation like we talking to the homegirls and boys, and we're going to get real. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Shay. Hey, Deanna.
About the situation.
Hey, you guys.
So we're going to get real quick. Now, I've been having to repeat this, so I'll say it again. I can't seem to understand why people who do not have to deal with this have such a opinion about what's going on in their community. If you are not going to care for these people when they're passing, when they're being violently attacked, while they're being discriminated against, facing homelessness, getting abused, then why do you care so much about what Dwayne Wade is going through with his one child? This has been something that has been going on for decades.
Yep.
Okay. And I can't seem to understand for the life of me of how people can have so much hate towards people who are doing something that makes them feel comfortable.
I got high.
Right, it's misinformation.
That's the problem. Well, it's not misinformation. It's also the fact that people are homophobic as shit. So I mean, especially black folks. Sorry, y'all, but it's true. They were raised in the churches, and the churches keep on telling them all gays are going to hell and blah 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 blah. And I said, like I said on my live on my Facebook live, shout out to my Facebook fam. They were like, "Oh shit, what happened?" The reason that we had the situation where those men killed that woman for outing them is because they were probably told as children that they were nothing, they were worthless, and quote unquote be a man, right? That was the biggest that all that kind of BS
Right.
is what turns grown men on the DL. That's what makes them hide what they're doing because they think that it's wrong when they're kids, when they sit up there and they're 2 and 3 and it's one thing to have a kid that put mom's heels on a couple of times or whatever. That's one thing, but when they're doing it constantly, when they're going to the store and saying, I don't want to wear boys' clothes, I want to wear dresses, and having a fucking fit because of it, you might have an issue you need to address.
That's the frame of mind also. Because what is considered, if we're going to really dig into it, that's a trained form of
Yes.
trying to think that way.
Yes.
what is for boys and what is for girls.
That part.
It's all trained. So that's my thing. It all goes back to a person being trained to think a certain way and then spew hate onto other people. And like I keep saying, listen, I don't understand why people are so. Listen, you can do what you want behind your closed doors, honey. If you're not disrespecting me, if you're not trying to inflict hurt or harm on me, I really do not care enough to think about what somebody else is doing or is happy with. If you're happy with that, stand in your truth. And that's just period.
Mm-hmm.
Fries now,
Yeah.
yo.
So I brought this conversation on here because I've been hearing a lot of the circulation of the Dwayne Wade situation. We done seen Boosie get up here and saying, man, don't cut his stuff off. Like, I'm going to need for people, and this goes across the board. People need to start looking stuff up for themselves instead of going from ear and listening to another person and what they have to say. Because at the end of the day, you don't know the full situation. The man
Exactly.
conversation with his child. Let me say that again. His child,
Thank you.
your child, not my child, his child. Okay? People are too concerned about what's going on in other people's households, and that goes for the children and also for the adults.
Facts.
So much other stuff that we can be getting accomplished out here together in this world, and people are more concerned about what somebody's doing or talking to or in conversation of with their children. Do you know how many trans and gay people have been put out? We done seen it on Pose. We done heard the stories. Oh, you're gay, get out my house. Oh, you
And
don't
another thing, right?
die by the Bible because you like the same sex, get out my house.
Mm-hmm. You know, and a perfect example, that I also stated was the fact of what happened with Empire when it first came out. What made Empire so powerful and people were so scared about was the fact that it was showing how this black family, how they originally reacted to Justice Miller's character when he was a child, and how they progressed, and to the fact that he had got to the top of the empire, and that's when they changed his character and made him a hoe and all this kind of craziness. And I was like, seriously, y'all had the power to give to give these kids hope. Y'all had the power to make to let these kids that are part of the rainbow community know that they were worth something, and you flipped it into this bullshit. Really, nah. I was so irritated because it was turned out it started out so amazing, promoting black artists, promoting black actors, and promoting the rainbow community, and just coming off so powerful. People was mad. I get it. Y'all was mad because y'all didn't know all that was coming at once. Y'all wasn't aware of that part. You know, and then they flipped it. But that scene, I do not think people understand that scene when Jesse Smollett's character got thrown into the trash. Imagine how many kids right now are having that happen to them emotionally and possibly physically. Because people think shit's cute.
And flight shade. And this is why you should be who you are 24/7, because you don't want to be a Sean Bradley who is walking up to say hi to a woman in his regular form, and they got to turn around to her husband and say, hey, how you doing? See, that's what happens when you don't know yourself. Okay? That's what happens when people are, that's when you're ashamed of who you are. Stop walking who you are. It's a little shady, but it's definitely the truth. Because the same way you spoke to her is the same way you should have spoke to him.
That part.
And it's becoming ridiculous because people, the amount of comments I've seen of people talking about this man and his family. Can you imagine? See, because people love to spew all that hate until it's in a household.
That well,
Your same child that hate.
well, that's the problem, though. They would. That's the issue. The ones that are sitting up here talking about, oh well, they shouldn't let this kid. First and foremost, let's start with the fact that the child is not transitioning today. The
Oh,
way so for people that don't know how this whole thing works, the way it's supposed to work, because a lot of people have been fucking up the whole process. That's a whole nother conversation. But the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to live as the sex that you want to transition to for some years and go through therapy and go through hormones and go through all of this before you transition.
it's a process.
It's a whole process that y'all forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that there were conversations behind the scenes multiple times. And even D Wade said that he didn't want to accept it at first, but he had to get used to it. He says that in his own words. That's not me putting words in his mouth. That's what he said. Because he wasn't comfortable at first, because he wasn't used to that. But he got comfortable with it, and then but before they put it out there, imagine the conversations they had to have before this. He had to go to his team. He had to go to his friends. He had to go to his family before he came public.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that y'all thinking, I'm sure he thought about it was going to happen, but did it anyways because he wants to support his child. Period. Point blank. It's all about supporting this kid. That's what people don't understand. It's all about supporting his kid. It's not about y'all. It's not about whether you accept him, that you accept his decision or Gabrielle's decision or not to support their child transitioning at a later date. That's none of y'all motherfucking business in the first place. The reason this frustrates me so much is because there are kids right now that have killed themselves because their parents have kicked them out, because their friends have turned on them, because their family has turned on them. And there is somebody right now that has a family that supports them, and you demonize the family that supports them, but then you want to sit up there and say RIP when the kid dies? Fuck out of here.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Right. And are you really like, do you know what actual support is at this point? Because if we going based off of all the comments that we done seen over Dwayne Wade and his
Jesus.
our generation, the generations of kids that are coming up are
Yeah,
doomed.
baby.
Are doomed. I just did the video yesterday about the Pop Smoke guy and dealing with jealousy and people stealing and rather take your life because they don't like where you are. So on top of you getting famous or some type of attention based off of your talent, you have to worry about these young kids out here dropping like flies from opioids. Then it's the drugs. Then it's the prostitution. Then they look
Oof, so much.
bodies done. Some of them starting to die too. Now we got to worry about, and then it's the trans kids, and then it's like, what are we gonna have left?
Right.
There will be nothing left if everybody on with the same mentality of thinking.
Yes.
Our generation of kids are failed.
Yes.
Right. And you can put it on a couple of other factors as well, but at the end of the day, like they always say, it starts at home. Like if you
Yes.
don't instill in your kids at home, at least you can say you did that there. It's up to
Yeah.
them whether they choose to follow it. And
Yes.
that's a lot of issues that people have, because you can raise your child up really good in a good environment, a safe environment. Tell them that you love them every day. Tell them that the importance of being productive in society and this, that, and the third. And people, and it's their choice to go the other way. I've seen it happen so many times.
Mm-hmm.
But just to be one sided and be like, oh, I'm worried because another man's son identify as female and he's male and this, that, and the third. Like, where was all this energy with Magic Johnson's son came out?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure this shit out. Like, because I mean, ain't he a Hall of Famer basketball player too?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, ain't his son, what I'm saying, out here wearing the best, you know what I'm saying? Like, where was all this energy for that? But yeah, Bootsy want to talk about, oh yeah, you know, it's wrong what y'all doing. I don't know what y'all doing in your
Here's
household.
my
Well,
thing with Boosie though. Okay, you sitting up there. He just got out of jail, right? Dude, what was you doing for that? What was you doing to stay safe? What was you doing in there? Like, you want to sit there and talk all this? What was you doing in there?
right.
You wouldn't want your people to come out and talk about what you was doing in there. Like, can we not? No, just stop, because that's what's gonna come next. That's
Right.
what's gonna come next. I already know.
Exactly. And allegedly he just took somebody's life. So why is he worried about what this man doing with his son and his own home? Like, they got memes. They literally got memes out there with Magic Johnson and his son. And in the picture, his son is grabbing for Magic Johnson's junk and stuff. It was like, oh, we knew this was going to happen. But at the same token, what business of it is your? Yeah, it's an actual
Wait,
picture.
what?
It's a literal picture out there.
Oh Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I have
Mhm.
I have so many questions about that photo. If that's the case. That's a
What?
It's
whole
a
nother.
literal picture out there, and like people
What?
have
I missed that shit. That's a whole nother.
people people have selective memories about
Girl,
stuff that they're going on in the past.
memories.
And another thing about this whole thing about people being gay and trans and bisexual, whatever moniker you fall underneath of, you have to understand this has been happening for centuries.
Facts.
At one time, all of this was considered normal.
Normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's considered normal. You can't condemn a person.
I wanted to see the outrage from back in the day where they didn't even have a limit on the age that girls could get married and marry an old men. What, I'm like, do y'all know?
That's still going on.
It's still happening. It's still happening.
Child brides and all that kind of stuff. That's
Yeah,
still going on
it
for
happens
sure.
in Africa. It
Hey,
happens in the Middle East.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's really ridiculous. And let's hop on this T.S. Madison situation, right?
What happened this time?
So no, it's about the Geo T.S. Madison situation.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Say this, and I want to be very clear when I say this. At the end of the day, no matter what reason they fell out for, Gio went along with this the whole time.
That part.
I go based off of both sides. Now, as far as the other girl that came forth and said somebody did something to her and TS ended up having her on the show, now that is flaky. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to dance around it. If you consider that person your friend and they was doing your makeup consistently to the point where people shared the video and it went viral, that's your friend. Period. Okay?
Yeah.
So my thing with that situation is you gotta know when people have a business relationship with you and are your actual friends. I think that's
Right.
the part where it was like, okay, you want to be close, best friendly type friends, but you are is business friends. You do my makeup, I'm nice to you, you're here, you know, we nice as far as paying you to do a job.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so when she took it upon it to bring up the situation that the person had did that to her, took advantage of her, yes, Madison might have listened, but when it came down to her trying to be petty and cookie, that's when it went out the window. She wasn't thinking about her business friend. She was
Right.
thinking about a business move to be petty towards somebody she did not like.
Well, I just want to say this. Okay, if the girl was in fact, I don't know her name, if she was in fact violated in some type of way, I looked at Cookie's live too. Why is Cookie not in jail? Why hasn't this girl? This is what I'm under. This is what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? Like, all right, if you in fact have been violated,
Right.
and I understand that it's underlying factors and everybody's different, and this is the case. But in her case, why would you come out on social media and tell people on social media? Why wouldn't you go and take it up with the law before you came out on social media.
Right.
But
I don't understand that.
did she not say anything to the law at all, or did she or?
Who knows? Allegedly she did, allegedly she didn't. But if she didn't, why do you feel it was more convenient to come out on social media and continue to tell people that for years? It's not like this just happened. This it was over a period of time,
Right.
years in between. So if you held this and you've dealt with this for a year, why haven't you seek some type of professional help as far as mental? Why haven't you went to the police and told the police when it happened or whatever the case is? She's looking for T.S. Madison to be there, be like, oh no, I'm not going to fuck with you. It is not T.S. Madison's job
Right.
to
Once
sit
again,
there
a
and
business friendship
you got to
versus
take some accountability there. It's all about accountability at the end of the day. Why is it T.S. Madison's job to say, well, oh, something happened between y'all and this, that, and the third? The way that I viewed it was she was kind of being fair all around the board because to the girl's own the thing that she said out her about, she said her and T.S. Madison she had fell out with Geo and everybody else before and this, that, and the third. And T.S. Madison still invited this girl back into her home to do her makeup and whatever the case is. So it wasn't like no bad blood. Why would she treat her that way in that respect and not treat the girl Cookie in the same respect? She don't really know what's going on because T.S. Madison was there. So why should T.S. Madison be the one to jump up and say, oh, Cookie, you're wrong, this, that, and third? That is not none of her business. I'm sorry.
but
That's just
it wasn't Cookie. I want to clarify that. It was
it
not
wasn't
it was another girl.
It was Cherry something.
Cherry. Okay, not okay. So I got the names mixed up. I do apologize about that. But the girl Cherry, the girl Cherry. Okay, if the girl Cherry did this to this other girl, why hasn't she went and filed a police report? Why hasn't she seek professional help? Because obviously the way that she's talking, and I watched her live too, it still bothers her.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you go directly to social media? Like that's not going to do anything but bring more stress, mental stress to you, because everybody's going to have an opinion now.
So I think what I mean, cause I don't know what she did when it comes to her state. I do know that. Well, we all know that you can report shit all day long, but that doesn't necessarily mean something's going to get done about it.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And she could have reported it, and the cops could have been like, "What do you mean? How do you?" And like, so the cops are really reporting stuff to the cops is really tricky,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to the rainbow community.
Right.
Because then it becomes a conversation of wait, what, and they get really stupid and intrigued and all that kind of stuff. And it could have been the same situation as when guys report that they have been assaulted. What happened?
No,
I'm just banging on the glass. When guys,
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was me. I'm sorry.
no worries. When guys report that they've been assaulted, the cops laugh, whether it be physical or sexual. Let's be clear. I've heard this on multiple occasions. When guys report that they have been assaulted, the cops laugh at them. I don't even know how this is like why people think this is okay. Why people have jobs. Continue to have jobs that do this shit, but that's how it goes.
Not be turning down vagina, and they're looking at it very egotistically. But
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. But like Shan said, in her comments, just as an example, Boosie hired a stripper for his son's birthday. Aren't you pushing the sexuality that you want him to fall under on him as well?
Yes. Yep.
You're not really letting your child decide at the end of the day. You got to understand.
Bias too.
Exactly.
You can't say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get my son a stripper for his birthday," but then turn around. But if your son didn't like the female stripper and wanted the male stripper, then what?
That part.
Right. Exactly.
You have a whole fit.
Right. Either way you're looking at it, you're pushing your beliefs and your ideologies on your children. And that's not that. I don't think that that's fair.
And let me get to that part too. So like the whole conversation of, oh, kids are too young to know about sex. Okay, so let's be clear.
There is
Homosexuality doesn't necessarily have to do with having sex right away.
Right.
Let's start
Right.
there. I have friends that are gay and have been virgins for years.
Right.
They're just not ready. Period. Um, or celibate or whatever. So this whole misconception of if you're gay you had it's all about sex. It's not. You were straight and it wasn't all about sex and you were 12. So what the fuck? Leave this kid alone. G, like y'all be blowing me with this.
Right. Right. And right. And again, that's what I'm saying. People have selective outrage and stuff. Like his son, how old was Boosie's son when he hired that stripper for his birthday?
Child, I have no clue.
to be
He was
honest,
a
I've
he
heard
was in his
stories
teens,
that didn't have nothing
early
to do with
teens.
famous people. I've dealt with it knowing people in my own life that have done stuff like that.
Yeah.
Thought it was cool.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Why ain't child protective services being called on them? Like that's what I'm saying. People have selective outrage. It's one way is taboo, but another way is totally no. Like it's that's not normal. Regardless of how you look at it, that's not normal.
Hmm.
Even if you have the hopes that your child will be straight and not even think about exploring other sides of sexuality, you know, it's still wrong because you're pushing your beliefs on your child either way.
And which brings me right. Okay, so let me talk about this real quick. Why it's on my mind now. Real quick. Let's go back to the T.S. Madison situation. The situation where Gio said that he left his car in the room and found out his car was stolen. And then later on, it was told that Chi Chi took the keys and drove the car. I don't care who it was with, who he went to pick up, or who was in the
Right.
car driving. The fact
Mm,
that you run a business and you
Yep.
know that you have people in your home and
Yep.
stay there while they're running business and doing business in your home, okay? The fact that he left his personal items in a room and have Chi Chi there is unprofessional.
Yes.
And the fact that you did not do something about it and you
Yep.
laughing, sitting by Chi Chi is unprofessional.
mm,
I do respect the fact that you said, listen, we're not going to even talk about it. But the
Right.
fact that laughing with Chi Chi is not cool either. Because this is the same person that went in your room, in your house, where he
Mm.
left his stand while he was out on business with you. And his
Right.
car was stolen.
Yep.
Okay? So we're going to go all the way around these situations and we need to all have one big conversation about it all.
Yep.
Period. Now, as far as people and their sexuality, what they like, I don't see why other people are concerned with what people are doing in their bedroom, how they live
Right.
right.
their lives. If this is truly what makes a person happy, why do you care so
Yep.
Yeah.
people have been out here fighting to get same-sex marriages for decades?
Yep.
Why wouldn't you just be happy for them? Because clearly
Right.
they didn't really feel this way. Do you think they would still be fighting for decades?
Yep.
Right. I mean, everybody had like this the same thing. Well, it's not the same thing, and I want to be clear about that because a lot of people tend to equate their movement with the movement. No, that's two totally different things. Yes, there are people that's in the LBGT community that's of color. Okay, we established that, but that's different from fighting for civil rights. You know what I'm saying? Fighting for integration and stuff like that. That's totally different. A lot of people tend to mix those two up. Keep
Hmm.
them separate. They're different. They're not the same.
And see,
Yes.
I do agree. Gio should have never spilled the tea because now who would want him to as their manager? And that's true, but it's true to an extent because you got to think about all of the stuff he went through. People are still human at the end of the day.
Right.
Exactly.
And we don't know the full story.
I keep trying to have a conversation with a person as their manager and they're not listening or don't want to hear my side of a situation, and I'm really trying to look out for them. On top of that, my car was stolen. On
Wait,
top
all this.
Right.
of that, they're suspected. It's eventually going to come out.
Yeah.
Now, is it right? No, it's not. But and then Gio's the cancer, so I already knew when he started going live. I was like, here we go, because cancers are very super. They emotionally times 10, so I already seen that coming. At the same time, if you consider yourself friends with people, he shouldn't have came out about it, and maybe should have been willing to listen for them to have a conversation for it, not just humble. It's
Right.
the music in the background, y'all.
I don't know who's.
Uh, it's not me. I don't have any music on.
I don't either. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see something on my thing. Hold on.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm glad D Wade and Gabby are being supportive, though. I hope they go through a process to make sure it's the best of the child that wants to transition. Exactly. Exactly. And I feel like
Okay, sorry, I had something
if they
on.
are doing the proper steps to make this happen for their child, whether he changes his mind when he gets older or not, them as parents are doing exactly what they should be doing.
Yeah.
Period. This is not, see, people get this mixed up. It's a difference from saying, hey, I know that I'm not a male. I don't care what parts I was born with. He's young, okay?
Yeah.
So for him to say that and stand on it, that says a lot
That's
about
huge. That's
him
huge.
coming out and saying, you know what? I'm not sure. I'm confused. I don't think it matters at this point. Be what
Right.
you be. Wear what colors you want to wear. Y'all see me. I change my hair color when I feel like it. Hashtag unicorn kisses. I do what I want. And if people
Mm-hmm.
start to do what they want more often, people will be a lot happier in life.
Happier.
And if you stop spending your energy worried about what's going on in another person's household, maybe you'll have less stress on your chest
Right. And then people.
about other people.
Right. And then people are quick to assume, oh, it's the parents' fault. Oh, you didn't guide him in the right place. Yes, as a parent, your choice, your job, one of your jobs is to give your child knowledge and wisdom and teach them how to do things. But you have to understand, eventually they're going to be their own person. They're going to have their own personalities, their own thoughts and their feelings. It is not solely the parents' fault because their child grows up and chooses to be gay or transgender or bisexual. It's not the parents' job to do that.
It just seems like it's do damn if
Uh,
you don't. If he didn't support his child, then it'll be a bunch of people saying, why don't you support his decision? Why don't you give him love and help him? And it would have been all of that. All of that. Let me read Taylor's comment. I have a transgender cousin. I seen what happened growing up as a teen. I don't agree with the surgery at such a young age.
right.
It's a life changing experience. Right, but he never stated
Okay.
that he was going to do it right now. That's what I'm confused about. Did I miss something?
No.
You hear him say, hey, we're in talks of having it done in 2 weeks or
No.
years.
No.
It was just a discussion. And that's
Yeah.
the part where I'm like, this is like playing telephone back in elementary, when you say something to somebody is, and then by the time it gets to the last person, the story don't even make sense no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Telephone was the
Right.
most frustrating game as a child because I'm just like, I don't even care no more.
Right. And just like in telephone, the message always gets lost or distorted or
yeah,
Or
mixed up.
somebody forgets it and makes it their own thing. This is the problem. This is how telephone. This is why telephone is the most frustrating thing in the world. What literally happens is because you can only say it once. Remember how this game works, y'all. So with telephone, you cannot repeat what you said. So what happens is somebody forgets what the person said or didn't hear right and makes up their own
but
message.
But
They completely changed the whole damn thing.
all of social media right about now, child.
Basically, because y'all just kill. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, what did he say? What did the kids say that they were getting surgery? They didn't. They can't legally cut it yet. Jesus, man.
Right. I can't wait because I'm looking at videos. I'm like,
Because no doctor is gonna do it on a 12-year-old. Would y'all stop? Like, come on.
when
Right. They do
did
have those laws, that oath that they took. They're not going to do like a surgery on a 12-year-old like that. I don't care
No.
how much money you have. They could lose their license. I mean, so just think
Exactly.
about that. So
Josh
yeah.
Jennings didn't get her surgery until she was 18, I think. She like just got it last year.
how? I'm just because I was like, why are people so
And then
out?
she got her top surgery when she was 16 or something. But she just got her bottom surgery.
It,
Just got it.
right. Exactly,
She
Taylor.
grown, child.
Exactly. No, Boosie said that in the video. That's what I'm talking about. And stop giving so much stock into what people say and find out what the person said. Don't go off of what another person said. Go watch and see what the man said before you take Boosie's side.
But that go for YouTube too.
Yeah,
Cause it's a lot
true.
of videos we done posted, and it'd be a whole different story when our videos still sitting up on our channels.
Wait, no. Taylor made the perfect point. She said, my cousin had her breast removed and regrets this so much. This is why you are supposed to live the sex that you want to become for years before you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Because
once, right.
God, because when you don't, you get to the point where they just do the surgery and then you can't reverse it.
Right.
Go ahead, madam. You want to say something?
No, I just wanted to say, like, it's just like, why is it this need to know and be shocked of what another person is experiencing in their home? And then it's 10 times worse because Dwayne Wade is a celebrity. He's just a person. He's a person that's good at what he does. That's it. That's
You know
all.
what? And I'm gonna say this, and I don't care how people feel. I'm really starting to feel like when people find out a person is gay, or I feel like because gay people are able to say, you know what, this is how I am, this is who I want to be, it makes other people insecure to a point because you are battling something that you want to be. And I'm not saying that it may be you want to be gay, but I'm just saying in life in general. Because you can't stand out and stand in who you are, you don't want this person to stand out and be happy with who they are. And I
Right.
very sad that people have to sit up here and keep explaining who they are or who they want to be, even if it's temporary. Even with all the names in the LGBTQ community, I'm like, listen, at the end of the day, people shouldn't even have to explain all of this. Because at the end of the day, when we go to work, we're not saying, hey, who are you fucking at night? Because I damn sure know if you ask me as a straight woman who I'm fucking at night, it's gonna be a problem. So why are people losing jobs because of who they fucking at night, or because of who they want to be, or what they want to dress up in?
Exactly. Or how they want to wear their hair.
It's so minuscule. That's one of the reasons I do dye my hair all types of different colors. Is because even in see, because I look at it like this: in corporate America, y'all so worried about people's hair. Y'all don't want them to do this. Y'all don't want them to do that, and y'all are losing some of the smartest, most talented people that you could be making money with. But
Um,
you're focused in on something so minuscule and stupid.
Right.
And that's just period. And it's frustrating because I know the gay community got to be tired of having this conversation because I'm tired of talking about it at this point. I'm like, who cares?
They really are. That's why I went live on my Facebook because like I saw my boy, he's saying I'm tired of having to separate my blackness from my gayness is all, it's all one and the same. And he was like, well, damn, like everybody's just saying, leave the kid alone. Leave the kid alone. It's not your child. You're not raising them. Why are you concerned with the situation?
Period.
Right. That goes back to what I was saying about T.S. Madison. Why is it somebody else's job to worry about what's going on in somebody else's life?
Mm.
Why?
No,
Why do they have to take the charge?
but see, to a certain
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I keep saying, because people don't know the difference between a business relationship and having a personal
No
relationship.
relationship. Yeah.
Because by you being her makeup artist, she was probably listening as a business friendship, okay?
Right.
A business friendship relationship. Not,
Right.
oh, I really, really deeply care. It was a situation where you told her, and she probably was like, really, that happened to you? And then by the time you left out that house, she probably forgot. And I know it sounds very, cold hearted, but it's the
But
truth.
it happens. It happens. It
Yeah.
happens all the time.
It's the truth. That's like when you go to work with people and they telling you what's going on in their life. By the time you clock out, you don't forgot everything they told you that day.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't really say, "Oh, I thought she was a friend." Yeah, she was your business partner. She was a business friend. She was paying you to do a service, and y'all had conversation.
Right.
But she's
Right.
a
Why?
businesswoman that invites people on her show.
Right.
Right.
Why would you expect her to take up the helm and it's not her problem? Well, in that sense, if they're friends and she wanted to give her advice, she could have said, well, maybe you need to take this up with the authorities or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, even if she didn't say that, it's still not her job to tell you what to do with your life.
Exactly.
It's your life.
Yeah.
You are the editor in chief of your life. You decide your fate.
And not just
Mm-hmm.
that, you didn't have, first off, you didn't file a report. She didn't do jail time. She doesn't have it on her record. So
Right.
if we're speaking from a business relationship type of situation, she cannot put that on this woman and you have nothing to even prove it but word of mouth. And that sound cold hearted because there's women out here that go through that every day, but it's
Yeah.
true. She cannot say, "Oh, because you telling me, all right, well, I won't have her on my show."
Right.
And y'all can hit the link that I'm putting in the chat if y'all want to come on here and say how y'all feel. And I want to say this really quickly too. For my loyal subscribers, I thank y'all, all 7 or 8 of y'all in here. I thank you for coming, but I also want to let y'all know, and I'm being very honest, this is why no one bothers to put up real content and real discussions on their channels.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Mm-hmm.
being totally honest real quick because it took everything out of me today not to get up here and talk about how I felt, because it's so sad that the only time you can really get people to tone in and listen to a conversation is if it's based on cursing and talking about a bunch of nothing.
Absolutely.
Right.
And it's sad and it's discouraging. And people, this is why people in this sector do not come up here and waste their time trying to really push out content. Because first of all, it's hard to get out the sector. Second, you gotta upload content and hope that people will still watch you, even though you're not cursing people out. So anybody that's not actually here for me, please unsubscribe. And I say this with sincerity so that my analytics can go based off of people that don't want to just hear me curse other people out. Because that gets boring. It's very old. I can't keep getting up here cursing the same person out because I don't even care enough, to be honest,
Right.
to keep
Wow,
cursing the same
Zarina.
person out. And I'm not that evil to keep getting up here and just doing it to get some views.
Right.
Now, I just had to get that off my chest real quick because, like I wrote on my community feed before I deleted it, I said, I want y'all to take a brief look at other content that I have been posting and look at those views compared to me cursing somebody out. Look at how many people in the chat when we having real conversation that can actually change minds and
Yep.
Right.
outlooks and have real conversation compared to me cursing somebody out and saying a bunch of nothing.
Yep.
It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's very sad. But people always saying, "Oh, where's your content? And where's your content at?" We
Right.
have content. Have you looked on their pages? No. Oh, okay. Thank
Because
you.
they don't want to.
Right. They just come for the mess. They like to see the chaos. They like to hear the lukewarm, hot, semi-hot tea. They like the. I mean, people. It's a thing that what it boils down to. People enjoy relishing in other people's misery.
Misery. Yes.
Right, people,
Yeah.
right, Shay. And I appreciate y'all. And that's why I said for the few of y'all that are
Thank you.
here, you know what I'm saying? Including Deanna, because y'all know Deanna curse a person out quick on her channel, but Deanna
Mm-hmm.
also supports even when I'm not cursing people out on mine.
Yes.
Right.
You see the
She
difference?
does.
It's very frustrating to have to deal with that because I don't like to get up here every day and keep talking about a bunch of nothing. I'm sorry. I'm not, that's just not in my being. But
Nope.
say where's your other content. Don't say God is be a bigger person, and then when God is trying to be the bigger person and come up here and give y'all other content, nobody's watching. So do you really want
Exactly.
or don't you?
No, because they want to relish in like I said, they want to relish in another person's misery. That's it. That's all. And people have to accept that there's some people out there that's just like that. They don't really care. They care if something bad happens to you, but if you retaliate, get back at them, then oh, you're being a bully. You're being this, that, and the third. But no, you want to sit here and relish in the misery.
But you want to know the funny part? If I end this live right now and come back on here and start cursing people out right now, seconds apart,
Girl, we might get 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 in the
seconds,
chat.
Right.
seconds
Yeah,
apart,
depending on who we talking about. Yeah.
Zarina said people mix their personal feelings with business when there should always be a separation. You can do your job and have a good time with your client, but keep it at that. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like it's people that I had business relationships with and they have told me things, but I can't even remember them conversations to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like people need to understand that. Denied, thank you. We are all good, and I love both family members. Sorry, ladies, I just woke up and came in like, ooh, we speaking facts today, and gave my take on it. Without
Hmm.
hey, boo. Taylor said we always have good lives when we have small groups of people in the chat.
Absolutely. Yes.
We do, and I appreciate you guys, but I'm still human, and it just the y'all, it's the selective outrage, the selective talking, the selective conversations. I'm just really like over it all because it seemed like definitely in this sector, it's like people ask for content when you're cursing a person out. You know what I'm saying? Just as
Right.
a way to get you to shut up. But then when you show you have content and put it out, they don't want to see it because it's not negativity.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not based on something happening in this sector. You know, so it can get frustrating. But what I do want you to know is that by next year, and I'm going to keep putting it out there, all three ladies on this screen will prosper and be further than we are today. And I'm going to just keep it at that because little do people know how they talk about these private chats and stuff offline. People don't understand the amount of support we give each other in these same chats, the amount of ideas that go through these chats, you know, to uplift each other and get up out of this toxic ass sector because at the end of the day, and I'ma just keep it 100, nobody should be that motherfucking concerned about a bitch in this sector that ain't doing shit in their motherfucking life to help them.
Right, their real life.
It's a difference from responding. You see how Deanna responds, I respond, Shan responds. Shan don't even fucking come on here like that to be going on nobody. You know,
Right.
Madam responds, we respond to shit. It's a difference. But when you up here just want to be your face head deep in the asshole of the bullshit, I'm
That's
sorry. I'm trying to get my fucking analytics together so I can get the fuck on because I want to have real conversations with real motherfucking people that actually have opinions about some shit that ain't got nothing to do with a bunch of bitches that's gonna be in this sector for the next 10 years talking the same shit and doing the same motherfucking thing. I don't have time. Period.
right. I
Period.
mean, everybody should strive for that. Don't nobody want to be on here for 10 years,
10 years, bitch.
15 years, still
20
dragging bitches.
before Christ, bitch.
Like, nobody wants that.
BC, bitch. Sick of that shit. Do you know how fucking annoying it is to get up here and I'm trying to support people and I gotta look at 18 motherfucking videos talking about the same bitch?
Exactly.
I be
And,
like, what the fuck? At least make it funny. And to be honest, the only person I watch now is fucking Deanna and Tracy.
it's
I couldn't
always
watch all
something.
these people talking about the same damn shit. I'm sorry. I cannot. Hey, a sense of like I'm my bad, y'all. I know I just got on topic, but that shit really be getting to me because it be like,
Right.
bitch, I don't give enough fucks about no bitch on here that ain't motherfucking paying a bill, that ain't doing nothing for me, not looking out for me, don't care about me, don't give a fuck if I die today or tomorrow. Bitch, it's only so many times I could call this nigga a loose booty, wide asshole, anus hanging bitch 1,001 motherfucking times.
Right, exactly.
I
And
said what
people
the
need to
fuck
see
I said.
more. Right, people need to see more from a person other than them dragging somebody. It don't always have to be about, dragging or outdoing another person. Like, yo, if you find yourself in competition with anybody, you will be in competition for the rest of your life. And that's not a race I'm trying to run at the end of the day.
Not just that, all that bitch sit over there and do anyway is talk about how he a victim and how everybody else just coming for him. No, bitch, you know exactly what you're doing. And I'm not going to keep saying that 100 times. You know exactly what you're doing. And when the fuck I feel like it, maybe I will get on here and drag your ass. But until then, I have other content to make. And once again, didn't I say let's start the content? What, yeah, what happened? Has anybody put out any other content over there, over yonder, other than talking about other people? No. So
Right.
what that fuck shit? Thank you, sister. Keisha, I'm for real, girl. I can't. Yeah, Deanna funny, and that's the thing. I cannot listen to the same shit over and over again. So when she do it, I be like, yes, okay. I could get a little laughing. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand that it's a difference from cursing somebody out and roasting somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then getting up here and feeling like this motherfucker might log off and really go kill a nigga. Like it's a difference. I had to even teach myself that because I could have that stuff with Shireen. I could have been in jail. I'd have beat the pulp out that lady. I didn't even know she was that old. That was a reality check for me. I'm tired. I'm tired of giving energy to a bunch of bitches who are not worth it. From 7 stars to motherfucking Sean Bradley. These bitches don't mind getting up here doing the same shit every motherfucking day. They are comfortable with it. They bask in it. They enjoy it. If somebody gets that much enjoyment out of stirring the pot and doxing and going and find people family members and try to get interviews with people family members and all that stuff and posting pictures of Rita sucking her own husband dick, like, bitch, I'm good.
Right.
I don't give a fuck who dick you sucking. Now, the airplane you sucking, that's funny. I ain't never seen nobody suck no airplane in my motherfucking life, and I'm gonna continue to say, I said, bitch, I ain't never seen an emoji suck dick like you. Child, let me not.
Man.
Let me not.
Sis.
Man.
Let me.
At some point you got to say, hey, I took an L on that one, bro, because I ain't never.
That was crazy.
Never have you ever? Never.
It's the emoji mouth moving, the emoji tongue. Oh my god! I said, now, see, that's the difference. When you make a joke, because come on, you put it out there.
Exactly. You did that. That was you. Child.
you Nobody cannot make a joke about that.
Exactly. There's a yes. He used that AR technology, and so it has his pic, like it has like his caricature. It's in a food junkie like that. That's funny. Those things are funny.
Keisha said they will understand when they have no subscribers left. Eventually, people are going to leave
Yes.
some stuff. And Keisha, I'm hoping it's sooner than later because honestly, I'm not gonna lie. When I be seeing it, I be like, it's really 500 people in here listening to the same story.
Seriously.
It's
Exactly.
really 300 people listening to the
Mhm.
same story over
Yes.
and over
Over.
and over. You cannot tell me we not in the matrix. You cannot
That ass.
Yeah, for
say
real.
serious. Yes, it's an emoji. If you didn't see it, you might have to go through my old videos because I played it. But it's a whole emoji with his voice saying, "Hey, Daddy, I can't wait to see ya, so I can."
Mm-hmm. Chill.
And it shows the emoji with the face, the avatar, okay, sticking his tongue out. Okay, the memoji face, right? So anyway, I just had to get that off my chest because it really be frustrating, and we could really be out here talking about stuff that really matter and try and make a difference. And I'm not
Right.
saying we gotta get on here and kumbaya every day, but damn, can we have some type of balance other than a scam?
Yeah.
Do y'all see how quick motherfuckers will get up here and donate to a motherfucker that ain't doing shit?
Exactly. Motherfuckers can have, like, that's the second person I've seen. VS and Rico. Only motherfuckers I know can go to sleep on live and still receive cash apps.
Crazy.
You
Tell
paid for the fuck shit.
us
Mm-hmm.
who's that garden? Who's? What you talking about, Taylor?
Oh.
That is crazy. Sister, I thought you knew that girl. I had.
Oh, chill.
If you hear airpeen, it came from me. Okay, airpeen, the crypt keeper, that came from me. I just watch people use it and act like they don't never know where bitch, but it
Mm-hmm.
is what it
Right. Silent shout outs and shit.
is. Yeah. But shout out to Deanna. Shout out to Shan. Shout out to put some positive energy out there for Billie Jean.
Man.
Yeah, yeah. You need some thoughts and prayers and positive energy for Billie Jean.
But put can somebody drop my cash out for her? But put some good energy out there for Billie Jean. Her mom is battling cancer, I think.
Yes.
And people need to understand because my sister, her stepmother, passed away from cancer 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a year actually. And she had actually won against cancer and then turned around and it got even worse. Like
Yeah.
she took a picture ringing the bell, and then next thing you know, she was gone like a couple of months later. So I did not understand the depth of cancer until I start seeing it a lot in my family. Even one of my aunts right now talks about how she hates getting those transfusions because it feels like needles going in and out of their skin and stuff. And that's not something that anybody should have to deal with. And this is the reason I say we should have other conversations on here because people too worried about stuff that really do not matter. Like it should have been a cure for cancer. Okay? This world should be so far ahead at this point, it's ridiculous. And if we keep focusing on stupid stuff and conversations about who another person sleeping with at the end of the night, we cannot progress as a whole. And it's not just about who you sleeping with. It's about color. It's about what another person got. It's about jealousy. All of that, the murders, the senseless killings, all of that ties into it. It's ridiculous. It's sad, and it's old. And sometimes I be like asking the universe, like, what is it that this world is missing? Because the fact that people can get out here and take lives, and then you turn around, people losing lives from cancer. Matter of fact, my cousin, her mom just died yesterday.
Oh wow.
Okay, and she's battling with that. My uncle called me 2 days ago and said her mom was stage 4 cancer and she died yesterday. And condolences to her too, because
Oh we. Very
Mm,
condolences to your
but
family.
and maybe that's why I woke up on a different side this morning because it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on, and I done lost so many people to cancer that it's like wow, like it's so many people die from cancer that you can't understand why nobody has a cure yet.
Right.
I don't get it. I
right,
don't get it. And even though I won't be able to make it to her funeral, just the fact that to know that these people are going through this stuff, man, it's sad. It really is. And when you've been in foster care, because I know how it feels to go through that, and you don't have people, and the person closest to you is losing their life, is not something anybody wants to go through. Okay?
right,
Some people don't understand when people say, I have nobody. I need y'all to know it's a lot of people out here that really has nobody. So the person
Yep.
that they're battling with or that's battling cancer, they're literally about to lose the closest person to them.
right.
That's a pain nobody wants to experience.
Trust.
Thank you, a sense of awe. Thank you, Taylor. And it's not just about me, but and just send out positive vibes. I think I'm in this live because y'all know I'm always all over the place. We went from gay and trans rights to you need to mind your business to T.S. Madison situation to Billie Jean, honey. But that's what we do over here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And I was saying, I'll drop the link. I'll give y'all a couple of seconds if y'all would like to come in the stream. and talk, or if you have something that you want to touch on or a topic you want to touch on, you are free to hit the link and come into the live. Um, and I'll give a couple of minutes for that, and if not, we'll end it in a couple of minutes. Thank you, Keisha. And and that's why I say that the conversations we have on here, people act like they be so concerned, but they really not.
Right. They really don't care unless it's something that interests them.
Exactly. I watched my mom in her last days, right? And y'all know I do tarot cards and stuff, and I don't want to put none of my customers' business out there, but they've been battling that stuff too, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been checking on her, and I just ask for peace in all of y'all lives. I know that we all get messy, we all curse each other out, we all do stuff. I'm not saying we perfect. I'm not saying we don't enjoy the mess, but what I am saying is, can we balance it?
Right.
But sometimes people love to just keep hearing the same thing over and over again because they have that much hate in their heart for a person. But that's just not me. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Keisha. Yes, and please go subscribe to my Patreon because a lot of the topics that I do want to come on here and talk about, YouTube don't like for you to talk about.
We're gonna have to talk about that behind closed doors, behind the Patreon walls.
Right.
Right, so I'm gonna let y'all know now because the only reason I haven't went live, matter of fact, when I get off of here, I'm gonna try to figure out how to work Patreon because I'm gonna take this video down and place it on Patreon. That's what I'll do. You too, Sister R. I respect your views and think you are a beautiful lady, no matter who we rock with. Right, and the quicker people understand that, the quicker people wouldn't hate each other so much. Like,
Yep.
Right.
if I'm arguing with a person, that has nothing to do with you personally as a subscriber. So why
Right.
is
Mm-hmm.
it so personal if I have a problem with this one person? And that's a lot that happens on here a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not cursing out except for Club Chet over there that keep disrespecting everybody. But other than that, I'm not cursing out one specific person. I mean, I'm cursing out one specific person, not you and the entire chat that's over there.
Right.
A lot of people on this sector like to come
Want
and pick up
this?
the rock that's on the ground when it wasn't for you.
At all.
Thanks, Shay. Oh, sure will. I'm dead. Yeah, subscribe to my Patreon and hit my link for my Facebook hashtag No Crabs in the Barrel movement because it's really we can all work together. It's really not that serious. And to be
Right.
I didn't realize how many people get up here and fake the funk. You can ask people. Let me tell y'all a quick story. It's about to be a little shady, but I don't care. Um, I was listening to a content creator and she was saying how, people could stick together, we should all be able to stick together and work together and this, that, and the other. And I had asked her a couple of questions like, oh, okay, well, I like that. You all doing the damn thing. You know, can you put me in the right position so that I can learn this also? And do you know I've never got a response back?
Mm.
So when people tell you that they are able to work with you and we should stand together, it's a lot of times it's bullshit.
Right.
It's bullshit. Okay, sister, all
Mm.
I okay. But yeah, and I said, hey, Chupa Boo. And I said that story just to say that it's a lot of people that say you can work together, but don't get it twisted. A lot of people don't want you to prosper more than them. A lot of people
Mm.
want you to be on the same level as them. A lot of people say they will work with you or want to do something with you, but they don't really want to because they know the potential and the personality that you have, and they don't want you to outshine them.
Right.
Right. It goes back to what I said. If you ever find yourself in competition with somebody, you be competing for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Mhm.
For what? Just be the best you. Be the best you that you can be.
Mhm.
Right.
Don't worry about what everybody else. I'm gonna need you to get tunnel vision on your life
Right.
and not everybody else's. Simple.
Mhm.
Oh, good. Mm-mm.
So I just say that to say that because a lot of times I could get up here and air people out, but I choose not to. I sit back and I watch. And a lot of times when people say, "Oh God, it's you fake," you be on all these content creators pages. It's because I genuinely be trying to
Right.
network and really like work together with people. That's not considered fake.
Nope.
People need to know the difference. When you network and try to build something better with people and a rapport with people, it's a difference from doing that and being fake just to get a view. Because if that had worked,
Mm.
don't you think everybody page I went to would be here right now?
Yep.
Right.
I don't do it for that. But y'all have a good day. Please go subscribe to Madam 81 and Denia's channel. Madam 81 is almost at 1K. And so is
Yes.
so take all your troll pages, all your extra Gmail, go ahead and go take
Subscribe.
over 111 pages
Subscribe.
and go subscribe to their channels. And if y'all can drop your links real quick before we get this live, I appreciate it. Coffee on you. I'm gonna need it, girl. Not everyone means what they say instead of being they piggyback off of you. Exactly. And I was asking sincerely, like it was a legit dang, you really did that, sis. Well, how do I do that? You know, because I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a businesswoman. I want to go in the right direction. And since you're
Uh-huh.
there or you've already went through these avenues, well, let me reach out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But people be so fickle and well, I don't want them to see what I'm doing or try to do what I'm doing. It's like
Mm-hmm.
why we can't make it. This is exactly why.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Shay and Keisha. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, comment in the chat, madam. Y'all could just click on Denia's thumbnail and Madam's thumbnail. And I appreciate you guys. And until the next conversation, baby. Until the next conversation.
Till we meet again.
Yes. Tell them we got.
Wait, and go subscribe to my Patreon because I'm about to start dropping my videos on there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's where the the real petty, the uncensored
The things we can't say on
version.
YouTube will be good.
Yeah.
Because I do want to do a video real quick about Sean, but I ain't going to do it on him. I'm going to put it on Patreon.
Uh,
So,
uh-oh.
so we about to work on getting on Patreon real quick.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.